The Worth account is the first and only real-time web-based interactive financial GPS. The program is designed to help the end user find the quickest mathematical solutions to zero debt and keep us on track for wealth accumulation as well. Just like a navigational GPS, the program has the ability to look at multiple variables in real time and make automatic singular decisions and suggestions. Whenever new variables are introduced to your financial plan, the program automatically recalculates in real time our distance, time, and step-by-step directions using sophisticated and proprietary algorithms. In other words, the Worth account recalculates your route to zero debt just like a navigational GPS. You don't have to pull out graphs and charts or spreadsheets or calculators to stay on track. The program automatically provides this information at the click of a mouse. Once you have gone through your initial setup with one of our highly trained and experienced consultants, the Worth account will update all of your information automatically by linking directly with over 13,000 banks, lenders, credit unions, credit cards, and more. So the program virtually runs on autopilot. The Worth account also provides access to a complete video library for your convenience that demonstrates every feature of the program, and our friendly and well-trained support staff is available to help you navigate the program should the need arise. We're now going to log into the Worth account, and in front of you on the screen we have the action plan or plan of action. This is prompts and reminders. The action plan is always set out 3 months in advance and displays what your typical financial month looks like regarding your current expenses, income intervals, dates, and dollar amounts. At the top we have the dashboard. This is your heads-up display of your current progress towards real-time debt elimination and wealth accumulation. To understand what the dashboard is reporting, let's take a look at our sample user, John and Rebecca Jones. If we select the Budget tab, we can see that John and Rebecca earn $5,000 a month and spend over $4,000 a month in bills and variable expenses. If we select the Accounts tab, we see that John and Rebecca have a checking account with a balance of $500, a savings account with a balance of $5,138, and the accounts John and Rebecca are trying to liquidate are an auto loan at 4% with a balance of $25,000, a Visa at 21% with a balance of $2,000, a first mortgage at 6% with a balance of $200,000, and a home equity line of credit at 8.6% with a balance of $3,500. Let's take a look at the first mortgage. We can see the monthly payment is $1,199.10, and that's scheduled for 360 months. If John and Rebecca were to make every payment on time for 360 months, they would pay back $431,677. That represents $200,000 of principal payback and an additional $231,677 paid back in interest alone. If we select the Advanced Features tab, we see that we can select the account we want to pay this account through, once again placing our finances on autopilot. We're going to select the checking account and save that information. Going back to the action plan, the dashboard display is telling us how much time and how much distance, so to speak, we will have to travel to get to zero debt, just like a navigational GPS would. This dashboard display on the top left is telling John and Rebecca, with all of their debts combined based on their current budget, it will take them in total time just 9.3 years to travel from point A, all of the debt they currently have, to point B, arrival at debt freedom lane, instead of the 30 years they were originally scheduled on just their mortgage. The center dashboard display is telling John and Rebecca they will have to travel in distance 68,793 miles of interest or dollars of interest to arrive at debt freedom lane. And the far right dash display is telling them if they follow the step-by-step driving instructions automatically generated by the program, they have the potential to save over $170,000 in total interest. Now I know that's a savings they can be excited about. If we select the plus sign on the bottom right of any dashboard display, we can change the display to whatever motivates us the most, like the actual payoff day and of all of our debts, how much principal we have actually paid off as we proceed through the program, how much principal we have left to pay off, and what is the discretionary income that we have available for any given month. Now, you've heard me refer to step-by-step driving instructions, and they are represented here by these line items in the action plan with red arrows. These line items are called funds transfers, and they are automatically generated by the program in response to the user's current financial situation. They tell the user the exact date to move money, what account to take the money from, and what account to pay the money to, and the exact dollar amount to the penny. These items keep them on schedule for the quickest mathematical solution to zero debt given their current financial situation. Please write the numbers down that are currently displayed on the dashboard, and that would be 9.3 years to pay off, $68,793 in interest remaining, and $171,577 is how much interest John and Rebecca can potentially save using the program. Remember, on their mortgage alone, they had 30 years remaining and were scheduled to pay $231,677 of future interest. The dashboard, however, is displaying all of their debts combined. Now that's powerful. Please write down as well that they have 2 funds transfers on the first of the month, one from savings to Visa and one from savings to the home equity line of credit, and they have a third or one more transaction on the 15th of the month, and that's from checking to savings. We're going to look at how the program can make automatic decisions and actually recalculate our route to zero debt given the introduction of unforeseen variables to John and Rebecca's financial plan. John walks into work on the 1st expecting to receive a paycheck of $1,300. His boss informs him it's been a rough month and some of the contracts didn't go through and commissions are low. John is going to receive a $1 paycheck. Now remember, John and Rebecca make a total of $5,000 a month and spend over $4,000 each month. This means that John has not only exhausted any discretionary income he would have had for the month, but this loss of income dips into the money John needs just to satisfy their regular scheduled budget. In the real world, John and Rebecca would be in panic. The fear and emotional decision-making process would take over. On paper, John and Rebecca would have to make a best guess decision on how to make up for this loss of income and pay their expenses. If we notice here, there is a mortgage payment due on the 1st as well, and if we remember, we only have $500 in their checking account. Where is that money going to come from is another decision for John and Rebecca. With the worth account, John would just simply select execute on his income line item. Under amount, he would correct to reflect the accurate dollar amount for that period, $1. He would then select final transaction. At the base, you can see John has the ability to add tags, and we're going to add a tag for 1099 commissions. We're going to go ahead and select add and then select close. And these tags are items for monthly and year-end reporting features through the program. He would then select execute again. The program will integrate the new information in seconds, changing his dashboard display and creating new line items with new driving directions. We can see that the dashboard display for interest remaining has increased from $68,793 to $69,844. His new potential interest saved has decreased from $171,577 to $170,526. But if we notice, his years to pay off have remained the same. The program is reassuring John that this loss of income is a mathematical hiccup in the scheme of 9.3 years of earned income and 9.3 years of bill pay. The program is saying, don't panic, John. I've got this. We could still get you there in 9.3 years. If we notice here in the action plan, a brand new line item has been created, or we could say an automatic decision has been made. This new item is like an overdraft protection, directing John to transfer $1,232.97 from their savings account to their checking account so they have the money available to make their mortgage payment. If we look further down the action plan, we can see all of the funds transfers have been moved to later in the month. The program is holding John off from transferring any additional money until it sees how the rest of the month plays out, given he just lost $1,299 in income. Isn't that thoroughly amazing? Where in the world of reality, if you had just lost $1,299 of income in a month that you make only $5,000, would you realize you could still on the 15th of the month send $703.58 from your checking account into your savings? Send another $2,035 from savings to pay off a Visa bill, and on top of that, have the funds available to send an additional $593.13 from the savings account to be applied to your HELOC. With the worth account, the decisions were made automatically and the route was recalculated in seconds. With your current financial tools, would you have been able to perform these calculations? Would you have made these precise decisions on your own? My experience tells me probably not. Now, Rebecca receives what appears to be a small pay increase, and we all know if we make more money, we typically, that's right, spend more. Rebecca's boss informs her the new pay raise will take her from a semi-monthly pay schedule to a bi-weekly one, and she will receive an additional $10.18 per paycheck. That doesn't sound like a whole lot of money, does it? Let's see what the program says. See, with conventional programs, we can potentially calculate what this pay increase means to her on a monthly basis and an annually. But to make educated financial decisions regarding this pay increase, we need more information than that. There are 5 essential questions we would like answers to. If Rebecca were to apply this small increase to her debt elimination equation or her global financial picture, question number 1 would be, how much overall interest would this small pay increase remove from the future interest she still needs to pay? Number 2, how much time would it take off of her total debt time frame? Number 3, how much potential interest would she now be able to save? Number 4, how much would it increase her median monthly income? And number 5, finally, how much would it increase her average monthly discretionary income? Ready? Go. Now, I say that kind of tongue-in-cheek because we are going to need the program to get these answers. Now, remember, our dashboard display is 9.3 years to pay off, $69,844 in interest remaining, and a potential to save $170,526 in total interest. We also have 3 funds transfers on the 15th of the month. To integrate this new information, Rebecca would simply select Budget tab. She would then select Edit on her income line. Now she would change the frequency from semi-monthly to bi-weekly. Moving from semi-monthly to bi-weekly means Rebecca will now receive 26 paychecks in a year instead of the 24 she would have received as a semi-monthly employee. Since she is being paid on every other Friday, she could use this convenient calendar feature and select the first Friday of the month. Now let's give her that $10.18 pay raise. In using the advanced details feature, we can direct what account she wants her check deposited into. We're going to select the checking account. And if we want a temporary income, she could use this, select the date that this income would stop. She now selects Save and sees the results to the 5 necessary questions again in just seconds. The dashboard has recalculated her route to debt freedom automatically. 9.3 years to pay off has been reduced to 8.3 years. $69,844 in interest remaining has been reduced to $61,778. And her potential to save future interest has been increased from $170,526 to $178,592. Who would have thought that a seemingly small pay increase like that would have taken away an entire year of debt payments and almost $8,000 of future interest being removed from the equation? Now that's staggering, wouldn't you agree? The fact of the matter is the only program that can answer all 5 questions is the Worth account. The Worth account makes answering these questions as easy as point and click. Would you have taken the time or had the tools available to run those calculations? Let's move back to the action plan. Many financial decisions we make every day are chalked up to convenience or relying on the information we have on hand. What would it be like to have a tool that revealed the impact of every financial decision with regards to our overall financial picture or our holistic financial picture? We can all agree that impulse buying without having a clear impact of those buying decisions creates difficulty with any financial plan. The Worth account has addressed this concern as well with the True Cost feature. Let's say John and Rebecca wanted to purchase a set of ATVs for recreational purposes. On paper or with conventional methods and tools, John and Rebecca would shop around for the best deal, and eventually, if they were going to finance that purchase, they would land on, can we afford the monthly payment? With the Worth account, they would have the ability to ask the program what the overall impact of this decision would be before they made the purchasing decision. Now let's take a look at our dashboard again. Our current dashboard displays 8.3 years to pay off, $61,778 in interest remaining, and a potential to save $178,592. To ask the program the question about this buying decision, John and Rebecca would select Add New Action. They would then select Withdrawal. They would then select under From what account they are going to take the purchase out of, and in this case, we're going to say with the Visa. They would then title the purchase, and we're going to say ATVs. They will select the month, and we're going to go back to the month we're in, March, and select the first of the month using the calendar feature. They would now install the dollar amount of $8,000, and finally they would select a category, and we're just going to select shopping for our purposes right now, and then they would save that information. Their dashboard now displays that their time to pay off has increased from 8.3 years to 9.1 years. Their interest remaining has increased to a whopping $79,971 from the original $61,778, and their potential for future interest savings has decreased from $178,592 to $160,399. Now, if we select the True Cost button here, we can see that a number of $26,296.19 populates under that $8,000 line item. This means that John and Rebecca will add an additional $18,296 back into their debt elimination equation by making this purchase. Do you think John and Rebecca could have used this valuable information before they made the ATV purchase? If John and Rebecca had this powerful tool, do you think it would have affected their purchasing decision? How about you? Would this be a valuable feature for you? See, the power of this feature is the purchasing decision results are integrated into John and Rebecca's entire financial picture. No more lengthy calculations, no more trying to figure out what they can and cannot afford financially. They would just ask the program, and in an instant, it will show you the comparative results. Very powerful, wouldn't you agree? The Worth account has many other features, including the ability to create an emergency fund. This would give us the ability to plan for future money needed for college or possibly that vacation you always wanted to take. If we go to our settings feature, we can see that we can get notifications and automatic alerts. By selecting the Reports tab, we can do month and year-end reporting features. If we go back to our action plan, we could go to our accounts overview and our budget overview, and at a glance we can see our assets, our budget, and account information. Don't be held back by limited financial information. Take control of your world of possibilities at your fingertips. It's just a click away. The Worth account is the most revolutionary and cutting-edge debt elimination program on the market today. With our highly trained representatives and courteous customer support staff, getting on the fast track to debt elimination and total financial freedom has never been easier. Financial freedom is just a click away. Let one of our friendly and courteous representatives show you how the Worth account can build a better tomorrow for you today. Make the call today and get your life on the fast track to financial freedom.